Reggie here, your friendly neighborhood bodybuilder and comic book collector, and I want to welcome you to another one of my live streams. It is Wednesday, new comic book day. It is the first time that I have been live all week, and I'm telling you, I miss hanging out with you guys. It has been a pretty long week for me, and this is honestly the first opportunity that I've had to go live. And so I am definitely pleased to be on here. Hopefully we will have a nice group of folks that roll in here. Perry Comics is in the house. How you doing, my man? It is good to see you. He's got the eyeballs going. Why? Because he is lurking. It is good to see you, Perry. Happy new comic book day to you. Tina is in the house. How you doing? Leo is here. Terry is here. Rye, how you doing, brother? Jason is in the house. All right, so check it out. I'm gonna be super serious with you guys right now. All right. I don't ever lay down the law, but I'm about to lay down some law right here. I have not read one single comic from New Comic Book Day. If anybody ruins an X-Men comic for me, I'm going to find you. Totally joke. Andrea, how you doing? It's good to see you. I was literally just reading your comment on one of the videos like 5 minutes ago. So it's good to see you. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream, my friend. Jason is here. It is good to see you. Who else do we have? NC Slapjacks, my Canadian brother. How you doing? Chris Barrett is in the house. Sith AF is in the house. Comic book Swojas. Tina is here. We say hello to her. Shout out to the Gibbon gang. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but the Doug Gibbon is blowing up. Every single day I receive some hilarious stuff from people out there. I think Hialeah Comics or Collectibles was actually at the zoo, and it was like a Gibbon exhibit. Somebody went to some YMCA that was called the Gibbons. And then there's a ton of people that are out there buying Amazing Spider-Man 110 because it is fun, not because we are trying to speculate and all that crazy stuff and manipulate the market. That's not what it's about. Hashtag Gimme Gang is all about having a little bit of fun. So what does this say, Reg? It won't be hard. Chris Barrett has been the winner of many a contest here at RegieCollects, and I know he would not dare spoil X-Men for me. But if he chose to, it would not be hard to find him because I do indeed have his address in my records. It is good to see you, my friend. Thank you for hanging out just a little bit. Curious George, Curious George, he is the OG Gibbon. I think he's a monkey though, right? Yeah, he's a Gibbon. Forget about it. We call him a Gibbon. Gibbons to lead the new. Whoa. So honestly, I have zero agenda for tonight. I do, however, have a stack of books behind me. And if you guys were on my Instagram earlier today, you probably saw a photo of a book or box that had come from the United States Postal Service that had a big fragile sticker on it that they decided that they were just going to manhandle. And what is sitting behind me is basically 3 books. I think it's only 3 books that are part of the Go Collect giveaway that we do every single week. So that is 3 weeks worth of books that are sitting behind me. I'm debating the 4th book as we speak, trying to pick a good one for you guys. But 3 of them are here. And tonight we are actually going to decide which of those boxes we are going to open up and which of those books is going to be given away as part of the Go Collect giveaway. So stay tuned because we're going to do that. We're going to find out which one we're going to do. We're going to pull up the FMV and we're going to look at the value of this comic. And so that will be the book that is actually given away. So, Hawaiian Punch 72. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you, bro. I woke up so late this morning. I couldn't even do Stair Monster this morning. So for the last, basically all this week, I've been getting up 5 o'clock. I'm on the Stairmaster by like 5:15. I'm doing my 20 minutes of cardio before I began my day. Today, I woke up so late. I literally went from the bed to the shower to grabbing a protein shake because I didn't have time to eat and I was out the door. That's how my day went. But thankfully, it was a pretty good day. No, you have not missed anything, Kyler. It is good to see you, my friend. I'm going to do this thing one more time, that if anybody that is here hanging out ruins the X-Men book for me today, I will find you because I have not read a single book today. That's how busy I've been. And as soon as I wrap up this live stream, I'm going to go in the other room and I'm going to enjoy a stack of comics. So I'm going to make this relatively brief so we can keep this thing moving on. Steve Rogers is here. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Steve is like, he's like, happy to catch this live stream. Really enjoyed the 9.8 candidate video. I'm going to tell you guys, I said this on Instagram earlier today. I did that video because someone that watched one of the previous live streams where I made some offhand comments about how I evaluate books to send in sent me a message and was like, yo, that was pretty clear, but could you do a video? Would you consider doing a video about just that alone? And I didn't think that it was, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll do a video. So ended up doing the video and the response has been very, very interesting. I did not anticipate people enjoying that video as much as they are, which I think is really cool because, you know, as a content creator, you're always thinking about your audience and you're trying to give them what they want and you're trying to anticipate what their needs are. And then, you know, some things you think are going to be great, they're like, eh. And then things you think are, they're like, this is great. And that's what makes all of this fun is you just never know what's going to resonate with people. So shout out to Steve Rogers, AKA Captain America, for endorsing that 9.8 video. If you guys haven't seen this video, it's on the channel. It was released earlier today. People seem to be receiving it pretty darn well. And just as a note, I never wear gloves when I'm working with comics. It's just not my thing. But in that video, I use my hands a lot more than I would if I were actually sending in books to CGC. I use my hands for the purpose of that video, not because that is my normal practice. So just want to put that out there so people are like, why are you touching the book so much? Because it's a video. And I'm just trying to kind of show you guys a couple of things, but rest assured that I don't touch my books that much when I'm actually sending them in. So scrolling down, Comic Assassin, how you doing? Ross is in the house. Jason is here. Carlito, my man, how you doing, brother? It's good to see you. Ross is in the house. It's good to see you. And Matthew, shout out to Matthew. He reached out to me via email earlier today, and I think there's a message from him right now. I think Matthew just started his own YouTube channel, and I think if that's the right person, no, different person. My bad. Apologies for that. But shout out to Matthew, shout out to Hunter, shout out to Mushir for reaching out to me. Those are just a couple of people that reached out to me via email. Again, if you guys want to get in touch with me, feel free to do so. RegieCollects on Instagram. That is my preferred method. But if you need to, email is also available, RegieCollects@gmail.com. Happy to chop it up with you guys. All right. So who else do we have here? You are very welcome, my friend. I'm glad that it did. Andrew is here. 409 G Money. All right, so let's go ahead and do this thing. We are basically going to figure out which of the comics that are sitting behind me are going to be given away this week as part of the Go Collect giveaway. We are going to do this by audience response. Unfortunately, I don't have a fancy way of doing it. I was thinking earlier today, it'd be really cool if this new platform I'm using integrated a polling system, but that is not the case at the moment, but it'd be really cool if they introduce that. Just saying, if you guys are watching this video. So this is what we're going to do. There are 3 boxes. The first one is, that's not the first one. The first one is A, right? Which makes sense. It's the first box. Second one is B because B comes after A. And then the last one, this last one that was beat up by the United States Postal Service pretty badly. We just call that F. F for fragile. That's F for fragile, right? Because literally this was the only box that had big fragile stickers on it, and is the only box of the 3 that was actually abused. So if you're sending comics to anybody, don't put a fragile sticker on it, because that just means they're gonna not handle it with care. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do like 1 minute. We're going to do like 1 minute and we're going to vote. There are 40 of you guys in here. We are going to vote on which one of these boxes we are going to open. And your options are A, B, and F. And we are going to do 1 minute. So let the votes begin. Comic Assassins like, let's go with F. Randy, how you doing, my friend? It is good to see you. I think somebody made a comment about my X-Men wall back there. Yeah, so I took some time and switched out everything on the wall back there. And I think it's mostly CGC stuff, but I think there's an EGS book right there. EGS, shout out to those guys. But I think almost everything up there is CGC. So we have about 25 seconds in right now. Whatever you guys vote for, that is the box that we're going to open. So I'm seeing some A's, some F's. I'm seeing a lot of F's right now. Matt Forge, how you doing, brother? It is good to see you. Darkin is like F for respect. Seeing a couple of A's in there. I'm seeing a lot of F's. Tina's like B. I think, Tina, you're the only one that shouted out B. And I'm going to tell you, Tina has picked some good books in the past, but I'm seeing a whole lot of F up there. And we are just about out of time at the 1 minute mark. And there it is. That is 1 minute. I see a lot of F. So we are probably going to go with F. We're going to go with F. Tori is asking what EGS is. EGS is a third-party grading service that I helped to announce several months ago. They are out there trying to compete with CGC and CBCS and PGX. They are located down in Florida, and I had a chance to talk to Tony Trombetta, the owner of EGS, a couple of months ago on the air. So if you guys are ever interested in watching that video, if you search RegieCollects EGS, you should be able to pull that video up. So let me set these off to the side a little, and I'm going to pop one of these open. There was somebody, and I cannot remember the person's name off the top of my head, but somebody in the comment section asked a question of me about how the Go Collect giveaway works. And that person actually received a response from another member of another subscriber. And I want to actually send something to that subscriber. So if that was you that actually commented to that other person about how the Go Collect giveaway works, please make sure you send me an email to RegieCollects@gmail.com. Just another way that I wanted to do like an instant giveaway to someone. But I know that folks don't always go back and read all the comments after they make their comments. So I wanted to make mention of it here. So pull this stuff out. And let's see, that box is pretty damaged. I'm gonna tell you. I mean, you can see that you can't even see the bottom of the box because it's so caved in at that one point. So nothing is rattling around. So clearly the book made it okay. I'm actually gonna mute you guys so that I can continue unboxing this thing. Here, so I'm gonna make a couple of comments here too. So I see someone asking about mystery boxes. I did one additional round of mystery boxes and I haven't touched it again after that, but we may do some more mystery boxes at some point. So definitely stay tuned to the channel for that. One of the other comments that I wanted to make here about how the Go Collect contest works is that the giveaway that we do is really to say thank you to the subscribers of the channel that are watching the content on a regular basis. And so to that point, many of you are going to watch most of my videos that come out. And so I kind of embed the giveaway into another video because I know you're going to watch it. And it's like a thank you, if you will. It's a thank you to those people that take the time to support the channel. It is a giveaway that we want to do to say thanks. That's basically what it is. And so for me to tell people and to post up when the giveaway has occurred, it's not quite fair because maybe someone doesn't see that post. Maybe they missed it. I don't know. Right. And so the way that it works is that a comment, a response is embedded in a video. You watch the video sometime between Monday and Friday. You get that. You go to the community tab. You find the link where I talk about the book, and then you actually enter the contest that way, right? You enter 2 pieces of personal information and 1 piece of information, which is the tidbit that I actually give you in the video. You embed that, and then you submit the thing, and you're automatically entered. I will not ever tell people where the response is. I'm never going to say it's in this video, go watch that video. It's not going to work that way. So I just want to kind of put that out there for people to kind of understand how it all works. because I just like to be super clear about that and not have people asking me when the video is going to be out with the response, because I want to make it fun and I want to make it fair for everybody to kind of enjoy. So yeah, it wasn't even the packaging. The packaging was actually really good. It was United States, the Postal Service that does not care about comics. One of my early videos that I did was United States Postal Service hates comics. That was one of my early videos that I did like 2 years ago. So who else? Sully the Kings. How you doing, brother? It is good to see you, my friend. It is good to see you. But all right, scrolling through the comments. All right, so here we just unboxed F. You guys picked F. And so I am about to show you guys what that comic is. And I'm gonna be honest with you, you can't really go wrong with any of these books because I think that they're pretty cool books. So this is actually a really nice book. It is a pretty nice book. All right, so here we go. That is the book. It is a Batman number 359. This is a 9.8 with off-white pages. This is actually the first Killer Croc cover. This is where his face was actually revealed. So this is the book that we're going to give away. It is Batman 359. It is the first Killer Croc cover. Definitely a really cool book right there. So that's what the book is. This book was released in May of 1983. Pretty cool book, I think. I saw it. I was like, this is a pretty slick book. It's a Batman book. Guys know I like Batman, and Killer Croc is a cool character. So that is the Go Collect book that is going to be given away this week. And I want to pop over real quick. I want to actually show you guys my screen here because I want to go over to Go Collect and see if we can look this book up. So we're going to look up Batman number 359 so that we can figure out what this book is. So this is the Go Collect interface. Most of you guys have seen this. A lot of people are like, so what is FMV and where do you find it? I find it on a couple of different sites. The primary for graded comics is, of course, Go Collect. So you're over here, you click on the title of this thing, you pop it open, and then we can see that a 9.8 of that Batman book 359 has an FMV of $190. 25 recent sales. You can see what some of the prices are: 174, 139, 175, 175, 299. Wow, that is a big number right there, which is probably why the FMV is as high as it is, because it got pulled up by that big sale down there. So that is the book that is going to be given away this week as part of the Go Collect giveaway. And so remember, all you have to do is to actually find the video on the channel where I'm like, hey, if you want to win this book, copy this to response. You go to the community tab, you do what you got to do. If you can't find the community tab, if you search RegieCollects community tab, you will find a video that shows you how to find it. But with that said, we might as well just go ahead and give the book away right now, right? So this is the book. If you are interested in adding this book to your collection, you have to be a subscriber of the channel. And the phrase that you want is Killer Croc. Killer Croc. KILLERCROC. Killer Croc is the phrase that you need. So all you need is that phrase. You go over to the community tab, you click the post where I talk about it, right? Click the MailChimp link, you go in, you enter in your information along with Killer Croc, and this book could be yours. You then tune into the Ready, Set, Go preview show, which airs on Sunday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time to find out if you are the winner. So there you go. So here we go. Let's do this real quick. Tina, tell me which other book you want to open up. Tell me, we still have A and B. So Tina, which of the other two are we going to just open up for fun? Just want to open up one more for fun. I think I just figured out how to share multiple screens. I just blew my own mind right there. I'm super excited. Tori's like, I love Go Collect. They're a good group. They are a good group. I think that they do really good work. And that's part of the reason why I like working with them, because I think they're definitely cool people. Andrea, get in on it. Get in on the action. Party Time Comics, how you doing, brother? Lee, let me know what your question is. Tina's asking for B, so we're going to open that one up. I had people that were mad at me over that video today. So I recorded a video for a friend of mine. This guy is somebody that I used to work with in the fitness realm back when I was a sponsored athlete. And he has a new product that he's coming out. Thing's called the Fit Chug. It's basically a big like water bottle, right? Or it's a double walled stainless steel cup. And he asked me to do a video for him. I did it because I think he's a good guy. He's taken care of me in the past. But I had some people that are like, this is not comic related. And, but sometimes you have to do things for friends, and I was not compensated at all. I literally did it because this guy is a friend of mine. So I would say that the FMV of a fully functional, fully loaded fit chug is I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Sully Two Kings is like, I like the product. I mean, it was a cool product, man. I had a chance to play around with it, The look, what does that say? The look on your face when you told us that you might have found a way to, oh my goodness, I'm telling you, my facial expressions are hilarious. Telling you. Oh, this is a cool book too. Oh, I sometimes buy books just so that I can play with them myself. And it's sad that they didn't have to go away, but it's cool when I can have them for a little bit, But I think this is a cool book. I think it's a cool book. I might have been on a theme of buying books. I don't know. We'll see. They wrapped this pretty darn good. Hold on. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Cut this thing open. They really wrapped this one really good. That's impressive. Goodness. All right, this one's cool. I think this one's cool. All right, so Tina picked a good one. I'm telling you guys, you gotta listen to Tina. I think you guys will tell me. So this is I think a cool book. That is the book right there. This is New Teen Titans #2, signed by Marv Wolfman, 6/29/18. This is the first appearance of Deathstroke. This is a pretty darn cool book. It is a signature series 8.0 right there, signed right in the middle. First appearance of Deathstroke. Pretty cool book, I think. This at some point will be the book that is actually given away. Could be next week, could be the week after. Who knows? We might just play around with it and give you guys a couple of weeks. Chris is like, is that book for me? No, sir, it isn't. You have to win it. For those that are joining a little late, this is actually this week's Go Collect giveaway. It is this book right here, Batman number 359, 9.8, has an FMV of $190. According to Go Collect, this is the first appearance of Killer Croc, a really cool book. This is the book that is going to be given away, and the phrase that you need to enter this week's giveaway is Killer Croc, KILLERCROC. 2 words, Killer Croc. There you go. Here's a question here. Let me see. Hold on. Rye's like, Tina knows what she's doing. Yes, she does. Hawaiian Put. I'm telling you, everybody was like, F, let's see the book that's damaged. Tina, that's the second time she's picked a killer book. Why does CGC keep slapping these non-given appearance books for you? Brother, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. What I think CGC really needs to do is make one of those personalized labels for the Gibbon, because we all know that the Gibbon is really the superstar, right? So not Spider-Man, not the Avengers, not Iron Man, not Incredible Hulk. It is the Gibbon. They need to put some respect on his name, Martin Blank, hashtag. All right. So here's a question. Can you cover the impact of Distributor ink on grade? There is no impact. There is no impact. So printer's ink to some degree, or I don't think there's an impact, right? Printer's ink, bindery tears, some of those other production issues, miswraps, undercuts, or underwraps, a lot of those things are discounted, if you will, or ignored by CGC when they go through the grading process, because those things are not a function of improper handling of the comic, right? It is a defect, a known defect that is part of the production process. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's almost like saying if the staples were a half inch higher or a half inch lower than the norm, there's nothing you could do about that. Printer's ink is like part of that. Same way that if someone back in the day were to write that a 10-cent comic had been discounted to 5 cents and like they just kind of write it in their own pencil or something like that, that's also to some degree or ignored because it was the norm at the time. So I definitely would not sweat it. Now, if it's really bad, right? If it's really bad, then that could be an issue. But generally speaking, it is not a problem. So there you go. Scrolling through, Jason's like, Slade Wilson. Here we go. I'm telling you, you guys should have listened to Tina. I tried to tell you. Killer Croc, how you doing, Aaron? It is good to see you. Chris Barrett, be more positive, my friend. You never know when your number is going to be called. I mean, She Spawn has been like number 2 for like 2 weeks in a row. I mean, she's like super close and hasn't actually won, So you never know. Here you go. Then you, Carlito, will have to stay tuned because at some point that Deathstroke book is actually going to be given away. Jilly Jill is in the house. How are you doing, my friend? Jilly Jill, I think, just released a new video. I think she sent me an email or Instagram message earlier today. I have not watched it, Jilly Jill, but I will try to get around to watching it later on tonight. Fingers crossed that I can find some time to do it. I'm definitely playing catch up on a lot of stuff. Haven't even read any comics that have dropped as part of New Comic Book Day. So hopefully I'll have an opportunity to do so. Scrolling down, have you seen the current price of the Thor 165 you gave away? No, Aaron, I haven't, and I will not look it up because it makes me angry. Oh, Aaron's trying to hurt my feelings. Let's look it up. Let's see what it is. All right, so let me share my screen here real quick. What was the grade of that, Aaron? I think it was a 6.5, right? I think it was a 6.5. So let's look at that up. Thor 165. This was one of the Go Collect books that I'd given away a while ago. Didn't even own a copy myself at the time, but gave away a really nice one. I think it was a 6.5. Was it a 6.5? Let me look back. Does anybody know? Yeah, Matt is saying it depends on how bad it is. I mean, that's always the case, right? It depends on how bad the corner is dinged, how big is the color crease, how big is the fold. It's all about how bad it is, Let me scroll down through. Let me scroll down. Killer Croc. She Spawn, I was just talking about you. How you doing? She says this is her week. That's what's up. You've been number 2 times in a row. It is your chance, my friend. It is going to be on this week. Ready, Set, Go preview show at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time. Andrew says it's a 6.5. All right. So this is it. It's a 6.5. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. Those last couple are ridiculous. $495, both on eBay. $270, $300. That is crazy. I might have paid that. No. That might have been mine. I can't remember. It's hard for me to remember all the prices, to be honest with you, but that is bananas. All right, let me see if I can share one more screen. Let's try to live adventurously here. Can I share one more screen? Remove from screen. I don't know if I can do that. Remove from screen. No, I need to play around with this thing more. Sooner or later, it'll come to me. How you doing, my friend? It is good to see you. Let me scroll down through. There we go. Said helping them out. There you go. Good stuff, Tina. Thank you for that. All right, so I think that is all that I have. I'm about to I am about to head into the other room, and I'm going to try to play catch up to where many of you are with all of the great comics that came out today. I saw somebody on Instagram had actually found one of those fantastic Mark Bagley sketches that was an Absolute Carnage #1 last week, and I definitely missed out on that one. Thank you, Tina, for giving me the heads up on that. I definitely appreciate it, but I was not one of the lucky people to actually get it. I did, however, read an article where someone was kind of like talking about in a negative way that it was like a ploy to get people to buy more of Absolute Carnage #1. And it was like, seriously, like most places I do believe were actually sold out of Absolute Carnage #1 just on the strength of Absolute Carnage. And the fact that Marvel actually waited a couple of days after New Comic Book Day to even announce it, I thought was actually really well done. But it's just that cynical nature of that blog post, it kind of caught me off guard. And it's just like, can we just have some fun? You know what I'm saying? Mark Bagley is one of my favorite artists. This dude dropped a sketch, didn't tell anybody until days after. If I was one of the lucky people, I'd be jumping for joy. I'm jumping for joy because I actually kind of sort of through Instagram know one of the people that got one. I think it's really cool. And again, let's be happy. Let's celebrate. Let's have a little bit of fun. You know what I'm saying? Reg moving to DC after X-Men. No, brother. No, brother. No, that's not going to happen. But here's the thing. I would agree. Trying to get people to buy more books is the name of the game. No doubt. The thing is, the books were already sold out. So it wasn't like it was done for that purpose because the books were already sold out. People had already bought them, and it was kind of like saying that, you buy one copy, it wasn't in there, so you would buy another. And it wasn't in that one, so you would buy another. Well, truth be told, you would just go to the comic shop, flip through them, find it, and then take that one. It was kind of a silly argument. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Yeah, I would completely agree, Jen, that there needs to be a reduction in the number of variants. That's actually something that I've talked about at great length, especially in my open letter to Marvel. If you haven't had a chance to watch that video, search for RegieCollects open letter to Marvel. It is, I think, a really good video that basically says, hey, Marvel, you're doing some stuff really cool, really good, but hey, let's cut back on the variants. But the truth of the matter is that it is a two-pronged thing, right? There is the creation of variants, not just by Marvel, but also by a lot of comic shops that are out there. A lot of comic shops are creating variants. A lot of virtual stores are creating variants. And then we buy a lot of variants. So there's a little bit of give and take, right? If we want variants to go away, we should stop buying so many variants. And says the person that just bought a whole lot of variants just the other day. So I am definitely guilty of it because they are so pretty, so pretty. Scrolling down through the comments. Here we go. Clay is like, online retailer variants are okay, but releasing 7 variants to stores is a bit much. I look at like some of the titles that have dropped with like 80 variants, 90 variants, that kind of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's no doubt about that. So a lot of people are agreeing with it, and I cannot argue with it. But at the same time, to someone else's point, the name of the game is to sell books. If we buy them, we are endorsing it. And if you endorse it, then they will continue to do it. It is definitely a cycle of things. Let me scroll through here. I don't see many variants anymore. Our LCS places them all online now. Yeah, because they can probably make more money online, to be honest with you. And I know a lot of shops have actually cut back on their variants. Some still play the game. Some have cut back. A lot of it depends upon the shop and how they choose to run their business. I disagree with this comment here, and just being honest, Comic Book 69, I disagree with the comment. Variance is not what is going to kill the industry. It is not what killed the industry back in the 90s. It is not. And so lots of videos on the channel about that topic. So I'm happy to talk more about it, but there are lots of videos about the differences between now and the 90s. And it is not shiny foil covers, and it is not variants. That's not what's going to do it. Trust me when I tell you. And you are very welcome. Let me know if you have questions after you check that video out, because I think it's a fun video. I think it's a good video. But check it out when you get a chance. Scrolling down through some of the we are not playing trivia. We're not doing any more trivia right now. I put trivia on hiatus. So we're not doing anything right now. There we go. This I agree with. Right? Any relationship, there are parties involved, and each one of those parties typically shares some responsibility when things go bad. You know what I'm saying? When things go good, both parties also share responsibility. And so, what I always talk about is that we actually, as consumers, as creators of content, we have a lot more power than maybe we allow ourselves to think that we do, because companies are in the business of making money. if they didn't make money, they probably would not do it. And so they create these variants, the shops, the exclusive variants, Marvel, DC, they all make these variants. They all make these true believers in these reprints, and they do it because we buy it. That is the truth, you know? And so again, I am the first one to be like, variants are bad, down with the variants. Then I go buy some. And I held out for a very long time. But occasionally I still like a nice piece of wonderful cover art. And, you know, I don't know. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Let me scroll down. Yeah, tell me about it. There are 17. Remember we did the video, She Spawn, where we were talking about there's like 10 variant covers right now. And then I think it was like there's more to come. And then I think I saw your post on Instagram where they were talking about they announced a couple of additional. I think the numbers are going to probably creep up just a little bit more as well. So, and that's the problem. Her last part of the statement is the problem. The art is killer. And She Spawn is a big fan of Spawn, of Todd McFarlane. And so I'm sure she feels compelled to buy them all because the art is killer. And, you know, I don't know. She's not wrong for it. You know what I'm saying? She's not wrong for it. I'm not wrong for the ones that I bought. You know, it's just, it's tough. It's tough. I would not disagree with that. But here's the thing. Where do you cap it? Where do you cap it, and who do you cap it with? Do you suddenly start to tell to a local comic shop that they can't make extra money because they can't have a cover because Marvel itself is doing covers? Like, where do you draw the line? Do you limit the number of publisher covers that are produced? Do you limit the number of, you know, retailers that are able to create variants that allow them to pay their bills and to keep their lights on? It's tough, you know what I'm saying? Because Marvel needs the money for shareholder value, which many people out there might be shareholders of Time Warner or whoever it is that actually own Disney. I guess it would be Disney. But where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line with that? And it's a tough call to make. It really is. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Yes, I am. I am indeed. So I have 5 books left to do between 1 and 261. And I'm headed to Silicon Valley Comic-Con this weekend. And then I want to say I have maybe 4 books, 4 annuals that I don't have between like 1 and 25 or 26 or something like that. So well, I agree with this. I agree with this. Bad writing, that's what's going to do it, you know, bad writing. But if you look at what's happening right now, Marvel is in a zone. Marvel is in a zone with the X-Men books that are coming out with Hulk. I started reading some Daredevil the other day, and it's pretty good with the Silver Surfer Black. I mean, you can name Venom, title after title after title, where Marvel is actually killing it with some pretty good stories and pretty good art. I mean, let's be honest. Marvel also made $40 million last year. They're doing okay. They're doing okay, you know. Scrolling down through some of the comments here. Scrolling down. Yeah. And now that I would also agree with. That is also potentially a way to cut back on it. But again, you're basically saying to a retailer, you can't have a variant. You can't have a variant retailer, you know, and that's a tough thing because some retailers, that's how they make their money is directly off of the variants that are created. I walked in a shop in Michigan once, and their entire front wall right inside their shop was basically exclusive variants that they had come out with, and they were selling. And that's kind of sort of how they make their money. It's tough to find out where to actually draw the line, you know? All right. So with that, I'm going to wrap this thing up. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I dropped 2 videos earlier today. One of them is comic related. One is not comic book related. I will allow you guys to decide which of those 2 videos you watch. I hope that it is both of them. But, you know, if you have to pick one, pick the comic book, because I think that's a pretty good video. But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me just a little bit. And in case you joined late, this is the book that we are actually giving away this week as part of the Go Collect giveaway. You have to rewind to figure out what the code is, but good luck to everyone that enters this week's contest. I have my fingers crossed for you guys. If you need to reach out to me, feel free to do so at RegieCollects on Instagram and RegieCollects@gmail.com. Take care.